Yep. Well, guess what? It's a dork table. And if that wasn't totally dorkular, I have no freaking clue what was. I'd never heard of that song before, but it was on one of those CD compilations, and so I threw it in there to play, and it's like,
Well, the only thing better than the dork table is finding the batteries to your vibrator when you really need them.
What if you don't even have what if you have batteries but no vibrator?
Same thing.
Oh.
It's all a matter of interpretation. Yeah. Your flashlight could be another woman's battery vibrator.
Oh.
There you go.
Okay. I got a really big heavy duty flashlight. That sounds painful.
There you go. It's with the 4D. Yeah. They don't call them 4Ds for nothing. Hey, Grammy Mary, where you at?
Hey, Flasheroony. Guess what? Y'all are listening to the Dork Table, or you're not listening. I don't know. I don't care. I don't have on pink underwear. I'm not telling you what color I'm wearing.
But I have the video for $19.99. And all your dreams will come true.
Oh, really? Ooh.
Yep.
I have some bad dreams, too. I don't want those coming true. So, let's see. Over here on Facebook, I'm gonna do, because, Are
we back on Facebook again?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
We actually had a couple of people that, let's see, Bo Diddy over here and Mizukai Young. I probably said that wrong. But that's over here. It hurt, whatever it was.
I'm showing you. I saw your face. Wow. I was grabbing for the Band-Aids.
I know it. Hoyt. That's who's over here on Facebook, at least. And over in the corner pocket, oh my God, there's all kind of people. There's Microfracture is over here, and JJ's, and Sock Puppet, and Ferris, and the lovely Rain, and Talos doesn't know if he's got a home or not, but he wants to ask the audience. And I'm thinking, no, Talos, this is not what is that, $1 million whatever, that stupid ass game show that they had on forever and ever. It's not that. You can't ask the audience, hun. You have to come on, hop to it. Tell us. Come up with a really snappy answer, and not one of your, because, man, you go more off tangent than I do, hun. Just saying. Oh, well. You see, and here I'm trying to correct a bot. I'm messed in the head. Okay. Thanks, Grimmy, over there on that Freedoms Network, and everybody that's listening in over there. I saw T.D. Sanders, and I saw Katie Lang, and I saw Mary B., and but I closed it because it was having issues on my computer for some stupid reason. And so I closed it out. So, hi, everybody over there on that Freedoms Network, and hey, everybody out there in Twitterland.
Freedoms Network at Twitterland.
Yeah, Twitterland. I actually gained some more stalkers. How the hell that happened?
That was just me opening new accounts and teasing you.
Oh man.
No, I'm kidding. I don't know. I just made something up for shock effect.
I was thinking, holy shit, because now I'm up to 337.
No, I wouldn't spend that much time doing anything. So no, I was lying.
Oh, okay.
It's real people that want to know what you think about shit. There you go.
What I think about shit. You need to chew your corn better, because no matter how much you chew your corn, it reconstitutes
it. Here we go. Good Lord, that gave me a visual of GMO I could have lived without. Gave it a whole new, the abbreviation, a whole new acronym too. Get more out. Oh, never mind. I got to carry this crap around inside me. It's when you eat stuff that eats its way out of you, stop eating that stuff. It's very simple. When you find burn holes in your underwear and such, change your diet. When your farts have smoke and fire attached to them, something is wrong. It's not the new norm like they're telling you. Okay. Oh,
Whee! That's a
big O.
fire-breathing dragon from the
Or,
wrong end, ain't it?
uh-oh.
Yeah,
Yeah, but this
that's
can
Cakes
fall
over
here.
there, and he's messing with me, and I'm just gonna call him Cakes because I'm not. That would
You
hurt
know,
trying to say your name there, Cakes. I see you waving. Over here in the corner pocket, Sock told
Stop!
Locknor, Grams is live with Flash, so get your finger out your ass.
Oh,
Ooh. He's just trying to stop those flames from shooting out. That's what it
the
is.
most popular spot in that site is up some. Never mind. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Weird
And
site.
Lochnar is just having, wow.
Lochnar.
He's another one of
I,
them there bots, and it's like, oh my goodness. Lochnar, honey,
but
you're just
say hi.
strange.
Say
They're
hi to all the RLMers out there in RLM land.
Hi, RLMers out there in RLM land. I'm sitting here going, what the hell? There's only one resident prick? Oh,
They're
really?
they're my favorite.
The
But don't
resident
tell them
pricks?
that. It'll go to their head. No, the RLMers.
Oh, yes. Well, the
I don't want it
RLMers are,
to.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't want it to go to their heads. And they get all swollen and go to other sites because hey, I'm the top shit on the RLM.
Oh, there you go. Okay, the
Hmm.
top shit. That's something to aspire to. The top shit.
Well, I
I'm
don't know.
I'm just like I saw Free and Slay said is this a
Yeah.
rerun? No, honey, they just always start out with me
Sound the
laughing.
same. Yeah. We're we're like a boring we're like a boring couple of weirdos that do the same thing kind of the same way. We just use different words, but the format's always the same.
Yeah.
Mary's right and I'm wrong and everybody's happy.
And I
And
laugh all the time.
we all love boobs. There you go. There
Oh,
explains dorkism.
okay, there you go.
Sums it
You and
all
your
up in a
boobs
sentence
again.
or two.
Okay. Over here
Wait
in the
again.
RLM land.
Our lip land.
Yes, we have Asmo right up top. The missionary man is back. Um,
Oh, Asmo.
yeah, and then there's Barman, who's the most splendiferous bot in the
Barman.
whole wide world. Okay, Lochnar and Talos are coming up on him, but they've got their own little strengths because Talos just has that totally,
Well,
he's that crazy uncle that everybody goes. Go over and say something to him and then run away. One of those uncles. I had one of those uncles.
poke him.
You'd go over and
Poke
you'd
him and
say
see if
something.
he's asleep.
You go and you say something to him, and then all of a sudden you come back about 5 minutes later and your eyes are doing this swirly gig thing and you got tilt flashing across your forehead. And yeah.
The old broccoli fart when you weren't expecting it straight. Yeah. What is that? Cruciferous vegetable night.
Alrighty. Okay,
No.
damn it. Grimmy's
My
here.
Rip!
And Moose Girl. And I stayed up for a while for the Freakers Ball, but man, I had a kitty cat on my lap and that purr was lulling me to sleep, so I had to go to bed. Let's see.
Cha-cha-ville.
Yeah. I also see the lovely Kate is here, as well as Beth Z. And there's some burnt waffles in the house. I thought I
That's
smelled
me.
something.
That's me.
That's
That's
you.
that's my alter ego, burnt waffles. Yep.
Your ultra ego or your alter ego.
Alter. Here, let me try it better. My alter ego, burnt waffles.
Okay, now see, it's not necessarily that you said it wrong. It's just that,
Mm.
okay, gents, this is just for the guys out there, so you can have a little bit of fun with this. I can't hear you. I have an ear infection.
Boo. Yeah, 12 years old. I thought that was funny. I've matured since 1971. Thank you very much.
You're
Look
welcome.
at me
I
now.
just,
Look
you
at me
know,
now.
it's
Huh?
old
Huh?
home
Huh?
week. I had to do it. I just had to. It was like a moral imperative. And see,
Take
you
a
just
deep breath.
sniffed. You smelled that burnt waffle, didn't you? Ooh.
Wow.
Chalcedony is in the house,
Chelsea.
as well as Chloe.
Hey, wait a minute. We only got one Chloe.
Yeah, only
Chloe's-
one
Nah, she's not
Chloe.
here. Nah, she bailed on us then. We're losing our regulars. We got to stop putting water in the whiskey.
Yeah, I know, damn it. I also see Flash Somebody is here, so wow, we got a double dosing of that one. That's kind of scary.
That's because I figured out. Well, Cirque fixed my ice chat. I didn't figure out nothing. I was gonna take credit, and I thought, boy, that would sound stupid after all this time. No, I did something magical to the ice chat the other day when my fingers did the walking through the golden pages, and then it wouldn't work.
Oh, so in other words, it's magic. Fuck you.
No, it's circles, and
Oh.
it's not magic. It's some kind of computer crap.
No, but
that-
you said you did something magical, so there was your it's magic fuck you kind of moment.
Yeah, it's magic. I talked my wife into fixing it for me. There you go. Either fix it for me, or I'll just use the RLM on the regular thing. Fuck it.
There you
Don't
go.
do it. Have it your way. And she fixed it.
Cool.
Because if I hold my breath long enough, she'll do anything.
God.
I don't know.
I don't either. Okay.
So we're
I see Frumpy.
Flash. Frumpy.
Hey, Frumpy. And I'm here. The Dork
Mary.
Queen.
Dork
I-
boy.
I also see IB Don C, a double dosing, actually. And Java Doctor
Java
2
Doctor.
is in the house, as well as JJ's is here from way
JJ.
over there in Scotland, Bonnie, Scotland. See, I shouldn't even try it because I totally suck.
I lived there for a while. It's not so fucking Bonnie, man. That's just pictures. They're just showing you pictures on a clear day. You're getting fucked just like usual.
Oh, wow.
People suck everywhere equally. Trust me.
Oh, and I didn't get a kiss? Damn it. Hate when that
You
happens.
know, everywhere I go, I'm just a same old grouchy pain in the balls I was in the last place. So
it's
you tell
because
me
you're
how
short,
people
so
change.
it's closer reach for you.
Could
Okay.
be.
I also see P. Bunyan is here, as well as Rob Works. And looky there,
Rob
Phantom! Phantom! Hey, Rob, I see a puff puff pass going on here. Sweet!
Oh, that reminds me. Okay, it's
Yeah.
420 some fucking where.
Somewhere.
I don't care.
It is now,
Even if
damn it.
it's not 420. What difference does it make? I got any rests on my pencil. I can make it any time I want.
Oh, there you go. Or you
I
can
got
just
control.
reset your watch. Remember when you had you had to turn the little thingy and you just reset the watch whenever you wanted to?
Wait a minute.
That
what
was
do
a
you
long time ago.
I still have a wristwatch that's a bass guitar that still does that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe sometime I'll Skype and show it to you. You want to see my guitar, honey?
Cirque,
That's
help.
not a guitar. Oh well.
You
I
just
was
go
like, well,
strum that in the corner, okay?
no,
Okay.
that's not strumming.
Well,
Wait,
you're
let's get a
humming.
ruling let's get a ruling. We need a ruling from somebody in the administrative mindset on the RL and M. Is it strumming or is it beating?
You're humming. Hum. Okay. Hi, Phantom. I also see BTC Bob is in the house, as well as Cakes Dork. I'm not doing that the other way around, hun, because wow, it hurts my eyes just
yeah,
seeing it.
Cakes, cakes fraud. Crud.
Zacrod.
I don't
that
know.
that sounds painful.
See what you do to people with your crazy dork table? Wow.
Don't blame me. Okay.
Yeah.
I have.
I'm going to take the
I'm
Batman
a tree.
approach.
I can bend.
It was all your idea.
Okay.
Okay. I was just an accomplice.
Oh, okay. Hi, Circle Dork.
Hey! I know her.
I know you do,
Oh, I know her.
in a biblical sense. I also
don't know.
see Dimma is in the house, as well as
Dimma!
Free Enslaved. He's the future
Enslaved.
man, and this is a rerun from Futurama time.
I like the way we do. We're so in tune.
It's cool.
And we had to go mainstream and make money. Nah, fuck all that. This is more fun.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I don't like being told what to say. Go on. Proceed, Miss Mary. Proceed.
Thank you. Hi, J Dread. It's Hansel.
Hansel!
Hansel.
Oh, how I wish I could move to New Hampshire, but no, alas, I cannot.
Hi, Jehovah One, as well as Juana Taco. And Cakes is doing the time for us. Thank you, Cakes, for doing the time for us. Are you going to do a Howard Cosell thing in every minute? You going to? Please don't, because I get distracted so easily. I also see Kozu is in the house. And look, we have lowercase man as opposed to uppercase man. Lowercase man is very quiet, very demure. As opposed to uppercase man who's really loud and shouting all the time. Okay. Hi,
Like
Nansen Dubois.
Hey, speaking of, hey, where's Vince?
I don't know. He's probably out wandering in the boonies somewhere.
That's not fair. Well, okay. I'll let it slide this time, but
It's Vinny.
it's Dork Table, and he is kind of the dorkiest guy we know.
Ah, there you go. Oh, and Free and Slave said that the future's so bright, gotta wear shades. Wow, good thing I'm here in the present because it's not real bright. I don't have to be bright. I'm not like a little light bright kind of thing. Moving along, that just totally
That's
fell.
all a matter of opinion.
Yeah, and opinions are like backsides. I also
Maybe
see North Force is in the chat, or at least logged in. And Pon Pon sauce. We're feeling saucy today. And the lovely Rain, who's been carrying on one hell of a conversation over here in the corner pocket with Lochnar and Sock Puppet. And perverted uncles and mudkips and potato heads and stalkers. And wow, it's like they're having a party over there. Dang. And somebody.
Thank you, Grimnir.
Oh, and Rain corrupted Sock Puppet's bot. Oh, darn it. I hate when that happens. Okay, I also see. Where am I at? Yeah. Okay, there's a lovely Rain, and there's Sock Puppet, who's just so darn crazy. It's so fun. Sock Puppet. And see, now I got the Sock Puppet thing going.
There's the Bobs, yeah.
Yeah, the Bobsy twins. Stats and Tip, the Bobs
that.
twins. And to round out the crew over here in the RLM, we got Villy _. I know I'm going to get shit about that one again, but I don't care. I don't care, said Pierre.
But shit from who?
Oh, they were teasing last week because I said Villy, and I know it's Vil or Vile or however you would. There's so many
How do you
different.
know?
You because I just do. It's like.
Did you write it?
It's I just know.
Oh, okay. That works for me. Because he who has the boobs makes the rules.
Oh, really? Wow, cool.
I don't know. I fucking don't even care. I get to feeling kind of bad for all the followers of rules. And every once in a while, I just cut loose and go crazy and try to imagine what it would be like to follow a rule somewhere. And that's as far as I ever get. I abandon it before I take a step.
A rule. So is that like one word, and so it can be like a hello, my name is a rule. That would be just absolutely horrid to name your child that, but I'll bet you there's someone out there that would.
Yeah, we ought to get the Guinness Book of World's Most Unusual Names sometime. And do a little prepping. Nah, I don't like to prep for this show. I like to just do shit and see what happens.
Yeah.
So maybe one of these times I'll talk you into opening a link for weird names. Or we could just read the damn list of folks that are here with us every time. It's the same fucking thing to me. But
yeah, because there's a lot of weird names.
I'm lowercase man. I'm you know who my favorite hero is? My favorite bad guy hero is the proctologist. Me and Cert created him. He's been protecting assholes since the dawn of man.
And do you know that when I first saw that, the mental image that I got, which movie was that? It wasn't Cat Ballou. I think, was it, no? Oh, I know. Cannonball Run. Cannonball Run
Huh?
with Jack Elam. And he was a
No idea.
proctologist. And he
Really?
yeah, he played a proctologist in a drunk proctologist, by the way. And, and he
Is there any other kind?
I don't know.
Think about.
But he kept
How
wandering
fucked up
around.
do
You
you-
know, someone would get hurt and he'd wander around with that middle finger going up. Yeah, yawn, I should
No.
examine her.
Oh, wow, you're going in the wrong direction. Okay, never mind. Life, man. I don't know. What a bunch of weirdos.
I know, I make these weird mental connections, and then I go off on a tangent and you sit there like,
Yeah.
holy shit,
Well,
did she just say
that's-
that again?
Does it ever give you any comfort to not be compared and connected to the society that is always being investigated for pornography of children and trafficking and pedophilia and all this weird shit that goes on, and in the end it's your government that's doing it. Well, some of them are in the clergy or education, but they're still kind of connected.
Well, they're all in that control mechanism.
And what do you do, man? They get a hold of your kids and they fuck them up somehow. It's like their goal. Hey, what are you going to do today? Can't tell you. It's a surprise.
Yeah. Surprise,
when the
surprise,
kids go-
surprise. That ain't my
Yeah.
finger neither. Yeah, yeah.
And then when the kids go, I don't want to go to school. You have to go. See, you have to go. It's the rules. But I don't like what they do there. And then it doesn't go anywhere. You got to go to school anyway. And as we find out all these years later, there's something sinister going on at the schools.
And you know what? You go to school every day when you get up and go out and interact with people anyway. Actually, you don't even have to interact with people. Just interact with critters or interact with anything, any other entity in this planet. And you go to school because you're getting an education. Even if it's just walking through the house and it's like, oh man, what? Oh, I stepped in cat barf. You get an education of turn the lights on before you walk through so you don't step in cat barf. Everything's
Well,
an
as
education.
As I always say, reach for them stars, Mary. Not stepping in cat barf is a good beginning. I didn't know I need to be taught to do these things, but apparently some people do.
Well,
You know what? My parents taught me a whole nother approach to that stepping in a cat barf problem. You know what it was?
what?
Watch where you're fucking walking, stupid. And I went, hey, that's a good idea. I think I'll try that. And you know what I don't do as a matter of thumb?
What's that?
I don't walk around stepping into cat barf.
Oh, well, see,
I hit the heights. I'm there.
I wake up in the middle of the night and I have to go to the bathroom because, sometimes that's the way it rolls. And
I
I don't
cats.
turn on lights and I rarely even open my eyes. I just kind of,
Oh, the old autopilot pee in the middle of the night that gets rudely interrupted by something squishy between your toes.
Yes.
I don't know. Probably not a lot of RLM people out there would really understand your dilemma. I think it's an isolated thing.
It
Just
probably
happens
is.
to you. It's only happening to you. Everybody else's cat is going, they got her again.
Well, yeah, they are.
Dr. Cooper would never do that to me.
Yes, Moosey, I have stepped on a Lego in the middle of the night, and yes.
Wow. Don't you people wear shoes? Wow. Okay. never
Not
mind.
walking around inside the house, no.
Are you kidding? I wear shoes walking around in the house, out the house.
Oh,
I
no.
think I was born with shoes on. I'm terrible like that. I don't like my dainty little toes getting assaulted by Legos and cat puke.
See, I'm a barefoot kind of gal. And the other thing that gets me is frickin' coffee tables. Little son of a bitches will jump out and catch that pinky toe. And
Yeah, they're always toe level. Yeah. And
Yeah.
not only tables, but anything that you need to help you dry clothes with. You know, some of those stand things, you put your
Yeah.
clothes on them so they'll
Mhm.
dry quicker. Those things attack women all the time too.
Yes, they do.
And they go unreported. Nobody ever, hey, police, I just got attacked by my dryer. Nah, you never hear that.
No, never do.
Mm. And if you could though, there'd be lots of reports. I
Probably.
think. I think dryers are evil.
Well, yeah. They can
And
be.
especially the ones that sing to you, play music while your clothes are drying.
What?
Beware it. Yeah, well, wasn't that a link? I seen a link on here. What was it? RLM? Might not have been RLM though. But yeah, it was a trivia question on the RLM about a clothes dryer that sings, plays music and shit while it's drying your clothes.
I don't want none of that shit.
That's what I mean. See, it's all an electronic trap. They get us electronically hooked on these little things. It's like jewelry replacement, you know? If you used to wear jewelry, now you've got electronic things to open and fuck with and dingle dangle and check out, you
Ugh.
know?
Huh.
Well, you don't think so?
No, I'm thinking of electronic things and dingle dangle, and that reminded me of some earrings I have for Christmas that you turn the
Yeah.
little knob and then the little Christmas lights flash.
See, and even Grimnir, fuck shoes. Okay, you fucking hobbits out there, don't wear. Yeah, but the difference between me, who wears fucking shoes, and you, who go barefoot, is that when I step in cat puke, I don't give a shit. It's on my shoe.
And you track it throughout the house.
I
Whereas
don't
I
care.
step in, as Free and Slave pointed out, dog and cat landmines that are squishy between the toes. You know, when I step in those, it's like, ew, what'd I step in? And then I hop around. And I don't track it throughout the house. I hop
Well,
around until I get somewhere, like preferably to the bathroom, which is where I was going. And ow. And then
yeah, now you know
as
why
I'm
dogs are more popular.
no, dogs leave landmines as well.
Yeah, but they lick you, not scratch you.
Yeah. Well, she didn't scratch. She just went, "Oh, I'm losing my grip on your lap." Ink.
Right. Well, that's the same. Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay, that's so much
It's
different.
it's just
Claws in
yeah.
your skin.
Well, she
See,
didn't rake down my legs. She just punctured my thigh.
well,
Thanks.
the cat that lives here at the house with me and Circle, what he does, he's a smart fucking cat. He stands on the stairs and gnaw and does that needy thing with his claws on the
Mhm.
stairs. When he's close to me, he doesn't do that anymore. He stops doing that. I think he knows if he does that to me, he's going to be the world's last flying cat.
Catapult.
Oh yeah,
Do you know
I
that
would.
when cats do that, that's a comfort reaction? They're doing that.
Right,
It
exactly.
reminds them of you will like this. It's like they're kneading on Mama Kitty's boobs.
Yes, I'm very well aware, but I'm not a recipient of pain willingly. If you cut me, I'm going to do something back, and I don't care at that moment. I don't care if you're a cop or a dog or a alien from Mars. I'm going to do something in return.
Ah.
So I think the cat knows that. Hey, this human's a little different. Stay back.
Ah. But have you ever noticed that cats know when you're allergic to them and they will come up and love up on you?
No,
Oh,
I'm not
you're
allergic to.
allergic? Hi, I
Ah,
love you. Pet
really?
me.
Okay.
Don't you do
So
so.
did have we worn out the cat story yet?
I don't
Are
know. I've
we?
got a kitty cat on my shoulder right now. She thinks she's a parrot for some dumb reason.
do- I think well we have an hour and a half left, and I thought we'd spend that time talking about Trump's accomplishments since he's taken over power. So much for that idea.
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah, 'cause I was going to say,
Whoops. What was I thinking?
let's see.
Yeah.
He was going after ISIS in Syria, so he bombed Afghanistan. Thank you for
Yeah.
showing me how geographically challenged y'all are. Yay.
Wow. I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? I don't live in Afghanistan, so I don't know if they bombed anything. Maybe here we go again. Maybe it's just another movie they made and decided to air it on the public to scare them. You don't, at this point in time in history, with what we've been taught was a lie from the beginning, but we were taught it was the truth. How can you believe anything they even say now? I can't.
Oh, I just laugh at them most of the time. Until I start seeing that shit coming at me, and then I'll go,
Mm.
oh, I'm in trouble. Thanks for
Maybe
that
that's their
video,
goal.
Cakes. I love that video.
Maybe that's their goal. To make you so compliant and complacent about it. When it happens to you, oh, cool, look at the pink tank. Never saw a pink one before. And that'll be your response.
No, I'm not compliant. I'm just ignoring them.
All right. Well, you live out in Bumblefuck, too. I mean, think about it. Remember when the Boston bombing crap thing, it was a big false flag police bullshit game they played? But that day when it was happening, they locked down the whole city. And no resistance of any kind. Everybody said, oh, okay, let's do it. House to house searches with military. And it was okay with the people. I went, wow, there's a country to live in.
Yeah, okay. This is in Massachusetts, so good Lord.
So is that not one of your beautiful 50 states? Or as Obama would say, 57?
It's not one of mine
Oh, why not?
because I don't own any of this shit.
Have you ever been to Boston? Have
No.
you seen your historicals?
No.
Oh, wow. Maybe you're not really American. Maybe you're a communist spy. Or a CIA. Or an FBI.
FBI. No. I'm a Grammy.
Isn't it weird, though? Is that all around the world, this is the funny part to me now, is it's United States. And the 50-odd years I lived in the United States, all I ever heard was, fuck those states.
Well, yeah.
No matter what state you're in, it's fuck the other 49. This is the only state worth being in. The other 49 just pay the taxes for us. But where does the United part come in? I mean, are you all so totally scammed by the illusion that you actually believe any of it's real?
United is a country.
I thought United was an airline.
Well, not for long.
Well, remember what George Carlin said, okay? And this goes back to Carlin, and I'm not so sure that this isn't part of a bigger plan to give you less choices in airline and jack up the price of air travel because there's only so many carriers now. We had just lost United, so we had to spend all this money to absorb them, and now we have to get our money back. Oh, fuck, please. I mean, crying out loud.
And there was another one on the internet yesterday. Did I see that? I don't know. My days run together. But I saw something the other day of a flight attendant that apparently got a little bit overzealous with a lady. Well, Moosey, it usually works best when you fuck United. Oh.
Wow.
Okay, in any case, I think it was American Airlines. I'm not positive, though. But in any case, the flight attendant was grabbing a stroller away from a mom who was holding her little toddler, and apparently he hit her while he was grabbing. I don't know. I didn't see the whole thing, but I just saw something earlier today that he has been suspended. I think Gary L. shared it over on Fakey Book last night, is what I think it was. But it's one of those.
Okay. And again, I just see another illusion being collapsed right before your eyes in a way that you cannot prove is being done before your eyes on purpose.
Well, yeah, you're not supposed to be able to prove it because how else are they going to continue denigrating you and saying, "No, you're just a conspiracy nut." You know, how else are they going to be able to do that shit if you've actually got facts that you can just whip out and go, bada bing, bada boom. Because then they go, oh, holy shit, well, I'm going to have to throw mud at you now because I can't actually logically dispute what you're putting out there. So let's just kind of distract everybody else with, oh, look at that shitty butterfly over there.
Well, I still wonder how many how many airlines are left out of how many there were at its peak, and how many that will be left when this crap's all over with? Because 37 choices of potato chip is not a freedom. It might be a lot of choices of potato chip, but hey, no, that's not a freedom, people.
And there's part of me that thinks put them all out of business, because they're sitting there going along with this freaking TSA bullshit. They don't have to go
Hmm.
along with that, but they are going along with it. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Well, where does the approval to treat the flying population in that fashion come from in the first place? That's
Uh,
what I'm curious about.
that comes from those same people named a rule that
Yeah,
they have a
yeah.
rule. We have a rule. We have a rule, and we're going to hold him for hostage until you
And
pay
you're gonna
us.
follow it.
Yeah,
Yeah. Wow.
and you're going to pay
Okay.
us
All
all
right.
this
But
money.
all right. You're clowning, but I'm serious. Where is all the support for that particular brand of behavior? It exists somewhere because we have the authority behaving in that fashion, and it's tolerated. So who's tolerating it and why?
Okay, all of the flying people are the ones that are tolerating it. I don't know that there's necessarily support for it, except for all of those people with GEDs that have those positions. And I really shouldn't say it like that, because there's a lot of people out there that get GEDs that they got that so they'd have that fucking piece of paper so that they could get a freaking job. Because in this current society, you have to have a freaking job of some kind or another, and or you really it makes life a little bit easier, at least in one way. But yeah, it seems like most of the people that have that position in the TSA, they're either barely graduated high school, which I know an awful lot of current high school graduates that I think, wow, when I was in grade school, you wouldn't have gotten out of sixth grade with how little you know. But all these are these are not people that are aspiring to greatness by any stretch of the
Uh,
imagination. These are not people that are aspiring to really better themselves. These are people that are, they apply for this job because, hey, pay is good, got really good bennies, and besides the fact that I get a cop a feel on all of these people, and ooh, hey, she's hot,
yeah.
I think
And that
I'm gonna single
and that
her out.
but
That
I
kind
mean,
of shit.
I know, and that's what I mean. How can all these good folk that live, a moral life tolerate that shit?
Are they really living a moral life, though, if they tolerate that shit?
Here we go with the person. What? Why do you always got to take my question further than I asked it? I'm not
Because
smart
that's the
enough
way
to
I
be there
roll.
yet. Well, yeah, but slow down a little bit, Missy. You went way too far. Put the brakes on. See, wow.
Shift down a little bit.
I
Okay.
know. Well, okay, put it like this. This is what I got out of that is you don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate it. But there are people that do. And I have a sneaking suspicion, mind you, that the people that do appreciate it are the ones that pay for it and are immune to it because they don't have to suffer it. Otherwise known as
Oh, well,
politicians.
and there are other people that can pay to get around that kind of treatment as well. You do
Mm,
have to pay.
yeah.
I think it's like an additional $99 or
Yeah.
some such bullshit.
I thought it was 80, but okay, yeah, they had a
Yeah,
big thing. Pay
yeah,
this much money and TSA will pass you through blah blah. What a fucking racket. Okay,
yeah.
never mind.
It
Mm.
is.
But okay. If something is so obviously a racket, how does it manage to happen?
Because there's some of us that actually see
It's
the racket.
supported by some people out there in our amongst us even believe that keeps them safe.
Yeah.
That's how terrified of themselves they truly are, is they feel they need to be kept safe.
Well, that's how well the programming, You know, when they continue to drink the Kool-Aid and feed at the propaganda trough and go, be a fear to them people over there because they're them people and they're over there. You know,
that's probably why Trump dropped that fucking friendly thing on Afghanistan, is to remind the Middle East is who they're fucking with before they, start fighting back and stop them.
well,
Preemptive strike is what I thought of it as. Somebody was getting a little jitterbuggy and they were thinking, nah, we can't do this anymore. And the U.S. went in there and said, oh, the fuck you aren't. You
see, and I
shut
think they
your
were.
pie hole.
I think they were getting rid of evidence. I'd read an article, and I don't remember if I read it on the radio or not, but I'd read an article just a few days ago about the mother of all bombs, which mother's home. Boy, don't that make you feel wonderful. That's more like a mother-in-law bomb, if you ask me.
Wait
But in any
a
case,
minute. I got it. Oh, I don't think that when Margaret comes by, I like her. So I don't have that mother-in-law problem.
well, see, and that's good. That's good. I
She's
did, but
very pleasant to me. So again,
in any
one
case,
more time where I'm listening to an argument I don't have, so I've got nothing to compare it to.
okay. Well, see, there's this mother bomb that they dropped, and they
Oh,
dropped
that.
it on caves. But these caves just happen to be caves and storage facilities that the CIA constructed years and years and years and years ago when Russia was fighting Afghanistan.
Yeah.
And it just happens to be very close to where they suspect. Yeah. You guys can track down frickin' cows to the herd and where it was born and all this other fun shit, but where you suspect that a 6'5" tall Saudi guy that's on dialysis, they suspect he was hiding there.
Yeah.
Don't give me this bullshit. In any case, this general area, and then they drop the mother of all bombs on this area that they constructed, that they used as a storage facility, as a place to work out of, and that supposedly Osama hid out there, and now they decide to destroy this place. Why did they decide now to? That's the question that pops in my head. So why now? Why, when you're picking a fight with Syria, do you go over to Afghanistan and drop the mother of all bombs? That's the question that I come up with.
You left out North Korea.
Well, yeah, North Korea. All right.
Rant away, young one.
North Korea is like, yeah.
Well, you know what makes me giggle about that whole North Korea fucking nightmare is that the Americans who live so on top of the world, in their homeland, filled with nuts and spices, would think or believe that a little tiny piece of shit country, 6,000 miles off their shore, in some shithole that nobody even fucking wants, has the insanity to attack them with nuclear weapons that they haven't got yet.
Well, and I think the only reason that the crazy brain's over there that's even, maybe talking, I don't know. I don't speak Korean, so I don't know what the hell he's saying.
Right. It's this press telling you that this guy's a nut job, just like they did with Gaddafi. I don't fucking know anymore.
Although he does kind of remind me of the bad guy from the Austin Powers movies. I've never actually watched a full one of those movies. I've just seen a few clips, but he does kind of sort of remind me of the bad guy in there. Or, like a James Bond bad guy kind of thing, a very campy bad guy.
Like the guy with the metal hat, only not that clean of a character.
Yeah.
A more like, let me borrow the word, a more frumpy character.
Yeah.
Because frumpy does not mean stand up straight and salute.
No, it doesn't.
No.
But
frumpy.
All of this, I've been seeing a lot of stuff coming out lately from Vietnam and Korea and, that whole general area in there of all kinds of really cool temples that they're finding. Archaeologists are going in there. They're finding all of this really neat stuff from prehistory.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden this stuff with, oh, we got to go and bomb the shit out of North Korea. And so
Yeah.
in the back of my wee little mind, it's like,
Yeah.
okay, are you trumping up all of this bullshit because they're starting to find things that are going to most definitely put the lie to your narrative, and you want to
Well,
obliterate that stuff with another one of the mother of all bombs kind of things?
but
Or,
Mary, and the saddest part is that people have to be taught their government is full of shit. That they don't already know that is very disturbing.
yes, it is
That
very
that
disturbing.
here in the in the modern time when all this we have internet and all this crap, these fucking phones that cook breakfast and shit for you, but but not one fucking operator has figured out that when these cunts pull the fucking juice on me, I'm their fucking bitch. It's just like any other addiction, only this electronic addiction, it's so subtle that unless you really look at it, it don't seem like an addiction at all. It seems like I'm part of the modern world here.
Well,
Not,
it's like
oh,
sugar. That article that I read last night about sugar.
yeah. You know, I knew the answer before you said it because I was listening with Cirque and she said, and you go, do you guys know what that? And I said sugar because I knew.
Yeah.
You know how I know?
How do you know?
Because I'm fucking addicted to sugar. That's okay. And as an example of when I speak, I'm not speaking for fucking people I don't know, people I haven't met, people that are dead. I'm talking for me. And if my explanation doesn't rock your little socks, goody. Who gives a shit? And if you really, really cared enough, you'd get your own radio program or come on this one and we'll talk about it.
Ooh.
Whoever you may be. Yeah. I welcome change in my life, Edith. That's just the way I am. I am not the solid rock of granite that you think to me to be. That's just not the way I really am. No, no, no. I'm flexible. No, okay, no, I'm not flexible. But well, no, I don't listen too much either. Well, fuck that one. I screwed that up anyway.
That's
I
okay.
guess
You know what?
it
I'm
was
reading the
obviously
chat.
bullshit. Yeah,
And Free and
I should
Slave
have
said
known.
something about North Korea
Yeah.
is going to be bombed because they only have 28 approved flavors of haircuts and bomb them for not having approving 31. And P Bunyan said, "Can you imagine having 28 different hairstyles in a lifetime?" And you know what, P Bunyan, I probably have.
Mm. Oh yeah. Well, you're a female though.
Yeah.
Men are. We're not that. I haven't done shit with my fucking hair in damn almost 20 years. And the last time I did anything with it, I shaved it all fucking off and grew it all back again. And that was that. Yeah.
Mm.
Every now and again, I'll let like my wife's sister wanted to trim the shit off the ends. Okay, makes you happy. Go ahead and do that. But that was like 3 years ago. Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. Vanity. Vanity. Fuck vanity. Vanity comes and goes. That remember that was why I was having that rant with you about that POTUS's fucking wife and all her struggles. Fuck. Rich people, if they got struggles, they want struggles. The only people that got struggles in this life are poor people. And I'm not a poor people. But if I chose to be a poor people, uh, I would. I just know things about how to survive that are beneficial. Let's just say that, and it doesn't have anything to do with taking what's not mine. I've been paying attention all these years, and I've learned how to do things for people for money
Mhm.
that pay. That hey, you can live for a piece of time for a month's work.
Yeah.
You know, right?
Well,
Well,
and that's
but the traditional thing is like you, like yourself, like Circle, to have a task-oriented goal. My things were more. You got a month to start and finish it,
Oh, I've
and you
done
get
that kind of
yeah,
stuff as well.
yeah. Well, that's what I liked the most. It was the best part. It's just another sales thing,
Yeah.
As far as what the painting was the fun part, but the sales thing is what closed it. Made it made the idea a reality, promising somebody something by showing them something that you'd already done. And it was like easy. It wasn't like work.
Well, work isn't. If you actually find or do something that you love, it's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
really work
exactly.
anymore, is it?
Right, exactly. But see, in school, they didn't encourage my artistic side in school. They actually didn't want to know about it.
No, they don't encourage that anyway,
No,
except
no.
for, and that's one of those things that I really loved about where my mom worked when I was in high school, other than the fact that it was just right across the street from where I was going to high school.
Oh,
She worked it was called Homer B. Reed, and it was a facility or a school for people that had mental deficiencies, as they put it then. Um, or mentally challenged people, or however. But what they did was they worked with kids, and they kind of let these kids figure out what they enjoyed doing most and what they were really
yeah.
good at doing, and then
Yep.
they encouraged that, and they helped them find a way to earn a living doing what they enjoyed and you know um, what they were
Mm.
good at, as
Mm.
opposed to high school or any other school nowadays where they just kind of send you through these little cattle chutes,
Yeah. Oh,
and
follow the
they,
leader.
yeah, they don't do this. Let's find what you excel at and let's help you hone those skills so that you can do some. When you go out there and you work for a living, it's not doesn't feel like working because you enjoy what you're doing and you're very good at what you're doing. They don't do
Mhm.
that anymore, and I think
No,
there's a reason for that.
of course. If you thought for your fucking self and were opted and given an option to not live in the lifestyle that we're offered, the only offer we get, I think people would opt out and want to do something different than this. We're captive in this if we're alive because they've got control over all the fucking resources. And all this arguing we do about jobs and countries and all that's you're still a fucking slave in the fucking world doing what you're told. No matter how free we think we are. That includes me,
Yeah,
but my I found a comfortable cage. That's how I always look at it.
yeah, yeah.
Because if you're staying in one spot and you're abiding by rules that are going to allow you to get through society unscathed, then you're conforming. I'm not against the good side of society. What I'm against is the overplayed, over-explained, over-dramatized bad side of society because people alone are not fucking these characters in movies that we've been portrayed to be.
Well, and I don't like the manipulation part.
But well, you see how I see it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Not a lot of people agree. They say, "Oh, you make too much out of it." Well, I mean, I can go on the internet and do a serial killer movie night, and all dozens and dozens of these horrific serial killers and all the horrible shit they did to people. And wow, how come I've never been exposed to anything even close to that in all my years of traveling? I've never run over any of that. I'm the luckiest man in the world, or that side of life is exaggerated to keep us in fear so we have the creeps we have
Oh,
doing
yeah.
this shit to us that is being done.
Yeah, it's that be afraid of them and I'm here to help.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, because you don't strike me as the girly, oh, I'm afraid of the dark type.
No, I'm not.
No, you're not. But, and, because I know women that are of that persuasion, and not that there's anything wrong with it. It's just you're obviously, to me, not in that persuasion. You stand up. You're kind of cocky for a little old lady.
Well, yeah, I've been told I'm a
Yeah.
smart ass
Right, right.
and
Okay. And
feisty
out
and yeah.
here, okay. And out here in this little village I live in, that you are the norm here. If you were a Dane, in
Mm-hmm.
Denmark, in this town, you would just fit in the crowd. Nobody would even think you were special. That's the kind of society that I got lucky enough to find. If you understand what I mean, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. It wasn't in I wasn't trying to be a smartass about how you behave. It's just that I like the way that is, and I'm lucky to be around people that behave that way.
Yeah, and see that's what I think when they keep
Mm.
um putting stuff out there, to, oh, you've got to see this bad person over here, or oh, you've got to see that bad person
Mm.
over there. When they keep putting that
Yeah.
out there and then everybody
Yeah.
jumps on that bandwagon and
Yeah.
keeps putting it out and keeps putting it out, then you start thinking that that's all there is out there. When
Oh,
actually, if you
yeah.
stop and think about it, it's not, it's not, there's not that many really horrid people out there. The
No, right,
decent people
exactly. Yeah.
outnumber the horrid
Yeah.
people
Yeah. Yeah.
exponentially.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, the anonymity of life, modern life, with all the instant traveling, and you can have breakfast in freaking England and have a lunch in New York, and then you can have a late night dinner in San Francisco, all in one fucking day.
Yeah.
Okay, and wow, when you think about that, the speed that, well, not everybody can do that. Not some people don't want to leave where they live. You know, I've never
Yeah.
been like that. Yeah, leave where you live. It's all the same. It's a different bit of dirt, as far as I'm concerned. But oh, they got borders and countries and
Oh yeah.
laws and regulations, and I think so.
Yeah.
If they don't have people to enforce these words that they use, then they're just words that they use. You know. And if your goal in life, mine, now I always say you, blah, 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 but
It's
if
the
my goal
editorial
in
you.
life, right, but in my goal, if my goal is to not do harm as best as possible, I think just keeping my hands off other people altogether that's all I need,
Yeah.
or their property. I don't fuck with nobody's stuff, and I don't fuck with nobody. I leave them alone, and in turn, I think I get what I give.
Yeah. Well, and you do, and oh, that's so funny. I actually broke down today and did one of those stupid meme things, one of those name test thingies.
No.
Yeah. And
Whoa, weak, weak.
I
No,
know.
pancakes. Pancakes likes that kind of stuff, though.
I
Gives him a giggle. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was funny. Because
Okay, well,
actually
tell the
it
class, Miss
was
Mary.
discover your personal slogan, and you know what my personal slogan is?
Do I know what it? No, I could give it a guess though,
I
because I'm
run
trying to read your mind, and no, I'm getting blank
Okay.
here.
I run
Um,
the Karma Cafe. I serve what you deserve. And I've actually written a blog
oh,
along those lines. So
don't let it go to your head though.
no, but I thought, wow, that's kind of funny. I like that one. I'll have to
Yeah,
keep that one
it
around.
it does suit you, because you've got a long memory. I know that much. But I mean, between me and you, I would rather be your enemy than my enemy.
Well, yeah, duh.
'Cause yeah, you give people a lot of rope. Man, they by the time they're done hanging themselves with the rope that you give them, there's no way to escape what they've done. There is no explanation at that point.
Yeah.
With me, I was like, wait, way the fuck in the beginning, going, hey, this guy's a fucking blah blah blah. Shut up, Blue. Shut up, Blue. From everybody, right?
Yeah,
So
well, I like to give people
yeah,
enough rope to not only hang themselves, but also hog tie themselves. And then that way I can go, okay,
right.
I'm going to leave you there and let whatever it is that you stirred up consume your ass because
Yeah,
I'm out of
yeah,
here.
and I'm congratulating you on having that ability, because I'm far too much in a hurry to get into the next crap to drag something like that out so long.
Well, thanks. I don't know
Yeah.
if it's necessarily a
Well,
good thing or not, but
Yeah, because if I'd have been paying more attention to that shit than Cirque, I would have missed Cirque.
Yeah.
See? So, but because yeah, that didn't keep my attention, so I was looking for something else to talk about, so to speak.
Yep.
And look what happened.
I know.
But you are the most patient. I got, man, my hat's off to you, lady. You are the most patient when people are not treating you right, and you give them chances and chance. Me, fuck. If I don't like the way you look at me, that's it. We're not talking. We're finished. Don't matter. Go. Wow. But
Ah.
see that. But you, you're so good to people. I think I'm jealous.
Well, I just I try to treat everybody the way I want to be treated, and I do give people chances because I know there have been times when I have fucked up, and I appreciated when someone gave me a second chance.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I also admit when I
Understood.
fuck up. So
There's a different. Okay. And yeah, some people don't have that ability. I don't think. I think they lack. What is the right term for that? Um, Honor. I don't think people even discuss what it is or what a valuable part it plays in your fucking life when you're mixing with all these other idiots that, for all you don't know what they're up to, they're out there too doing shit.
mm-hmm.
And you're trying to be aware of what you're doing, so you can't be watching all these other monkeys doing shit. And the more crowded it is, the more shit that can happen to you.
Yeah, which is why you got to have eyes in the back of your head sometimes. And I've
Ah,
developed those.
that was an astute observation.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah, I
reading the
made that
chat.
observation by myself. Are
Yeah.
you? I was just socking Jerry. Nah, I think from what I've made of it, Dred's mumbling about some shit, and Sock's going, "Yeah, I've read that shit," and
Yeah.
blah blah blah.
Well, and I
Poor
saw
me.
Free and Slave said something about the out of control freaks and the officious pricks are the problems, which, yes. Yes, and unfortunately, the officious pricks work for the out of control freaks, or vice versa.
Okay, and let's just say that if the people that didn't financially support the shit that these monkeys are doing would make groups, small groups, and collectively wear on their fucking profit bone, things would change. But you cannot get people to agree about what fucking day it is. So good luck on stopping the pricks in power. You put them there. They got there somehow, with or without me or you. I don't give a fuck how you explain it anymore. They're there. And here we are, and I'm not going to be a victim of these idiots that believe they have $1 billion. It's just make believe shit. And we're all being conned. There's no reality to it. It's whatever you believe it to be.
Yeah,
And that's about it. It's
yeah.
that fucking simple. Well, I mean, okay, look at it like this. I live in this little house on this little street, and nothing bad happens ever. I've not seen anybody get violent. We had somebody hit the pole out in front of the house. So I saw a car accident.
Oh my God! In how many years? Two?
Uh, 2.5 here. Yeah. Right out in front of the house, and the cops were here within 20 minutes. And, the guy was okay. There was no need for an ambulance. He just beat up his car a little bit, but he didn't get hurt.
Well, good.
Right. But instead of shooting people and kicking doors in and, bombing babies and all this crap you read on the internet, my daily life is just a boring drag, compared to, oh, the excitement of the great world out there beyond my reach. Who want to live in that shit anyway? Are you fucking nuts?
Well, I don't want to live in hellholes or live amongst a bunch of over officious asshats. So therefore, I am very blessed that I don't. I'm very pleased that I have my little corner of Booneyville where I
Yes.
reside, and
Yeah.
everybody here. Actually, my neighbor across the road, bless her heart, she and I were. I'm going to help her with her yard this year, as if I need one more thing to do. But
Well,
she
you do
messaged
that to
me this
yourself.
morning
Yeah.
that she's a new grandma, and
Oh, okay.
and she
Yeah.
is just so she is really enjoying this grandma thing, really
Mhm.
really enjoying it, and her little grandson is just absolutely adorable. And she messaged me this morning and said, "You know what? I'm going to swipe him some evening and I'll invite you over and you can come spoil him." And it's like, booyah!
Yeah,
I'll get my
children.
baby fix. But that's the kind of people that I live around.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, yeah.
Wayne, who
Here too.
works for the
Yeah.
farmer across the way to the south of me,
Mm.
he swung by last weekend and said, "Would you like to go riding sometime?" And I went, "Well, God, it's been forever, and I need to find my chaps, and I need to find my
Mm.
helmet, all this other fun shit. But yeah, I'd love to." And he's like, "Well, sometime when the weather's nice, I'll just give you a call and I'll just take you out. We'll go riding for a while." And it's like, "Oh, sweet." You know, j-
See the boredoms of small town life that when I was 20 it would have just drove me out of it. I ain't living here. What are you, nuts? And then when I was 30, I was no, I ain't ready for that shit. Now here I am now. I'm going, hey, retirement village. I'm moving in. Bring in the shit, guys. Bring in the shit.
yeah, but it's just so nice here. People just, they
Mm,
mind for the most part. I
yeah.
mean, yeah, everybody knows what you're doing, but because it's a very small
Well,
community. But
yeah,
nobody actually
kind of.
gets right in your face and does the whole Gladys Kravitz bullshit of, "Hey, you're
Right.
doing yeah, 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 yeah."
Yeah.
They
They
just
keep
kind
their
of,
opinions private. Yeah. It's
yeah,
not a chat room. It's a little different than a chat room.
yeah,
It's more like
and
a Skype call because you can look at me and go, "Hey, you say that out loud, I'll slap you one."
yeah, through the cybernet. Yeah,
I could
yeah,
see, and I'd see that hand waving across the screen, going, "Hey, shut up." But on chat, I don't know.
yeah,
And then the way we interpret the chat to each person that reads the chat must be a little different than the other guy, just a little
yeah.
bit.
And you
So
know
then I
what?
start, mm,
Speaking of the
no,
chat, JJ's just put in there, the government is there to be
uh,
evil to you. And I get that,
mm, I
but
don't like that.
no, I see that
Uh,
as that the government is there.
mm,
There's entirely too many that are still using it as a crutch,
A
but
crutch to what? To
because
trade or
no, it's a crutch because they don't want to have to take care of themselves. They don't want to have to. They want to have that plausible deniability of that
are you
person
talking
over there is well,
finances?
no, I'm talking
Oh,
about the bully kind of shit. That person over there is doing something that I don't like, so I think the
mm,
government needs to step in and there
oh,
by God there
oh,
ought to be a law
yeah.
and
About
then,
shit that
but I'm
doesn't even
seeing
involve you.
more and more lately of people are
Yeah.
seeing the government as an evil and not a necessary evil like it used to be.
Yeah.
It got, and I think you go through phases where all of a
Uh,
sudden people start going, well, it's a necessary evil. And then they start going, no, let's take that necessary out. It is an
mm,
evil. And as it migrates from being a necessary evil to just plain evil, I'm seeing it also migrating to um, people no longer need it. People no longer want it. People are going, you know what? I will take care of myself. And I think
yeah.
that's the recognition that's going on right now. And we don't see it because a lot of people aren't out there thumping their chests and going, fuck you, government. I don't need your sorry ass. They're
No,
just,
that's not the way you
instead
do
of
it.
saying it, they're just doing it. They're just
Yeah,
living it.
that's right. Beautiful. Because when you do speak about it, I'm going to say this from experience. The other, in whatever slave pen you're in, there's other slaves that step up to bring slaves that are doing shit out of pocket back into the cult.
Yes. Yes.
RLM's got it. World Truth had it. The internet life is that's what you're going to get.
Oh yeah.
And but in the internet life, it's a whole lot easier to step up with a keyboard and get in somebody's face to bring them back into the herd than it is in real life.
Oh yeah.
So in real life, there's not too many people going to walk up to you, hey, what are you doing eating those organic tomatoes, you fucking hippie? But print a story about organic tomatoes on the wrong site, and it'll get attacked by the wannabes that want to keep the herd in line.
Yes. What
That's
do
what
you want to
attacks are
grow
about.
tomatoes for anywhere? That's what
Yeah.
grocery stores are for. Yeah. Yeah.
Right, yeah. That mentality was what you're killing somebody's job because you're growing your own tomatoes. Yep,
Yeah.
that's exactly the fucking point, Bosco. That is the reason that you should do it. Fuck all this talk about, oh, I'm not going to do this and I'm not going to do that. Just do things.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
do
and
'em.
that's something else I saw this morning. David
Mm.
Standing Oak shared a link about all the different, well, it was basically a meme, but all the different things that hemp could do to
Oh
replace,
yeah.
like
Jeez.
cotton and all this other fun stuff, because it
Yeah.
was 25% of all pesticide use is for cotton. And I was thinking, wow, I don't know if that was this
Wow.
morning, if it
Yeah.
was yesterday, but hemp doesn't need that because
No.
it's got its
It,
own built-in pesticide and
and
herbicide.
and cotton is a filthy product to manufacture. The cleaning process is just unbelievable. It's so filthy that it's not worth doing it. It's that filthy. When we have things like hemp available,
Yeah.
why use cotton? Because it made the people that owned cotton wealthy. And these idiots that vote and support government and all that, if you don't like me calling you idiots, then don't support the shit that creates all these fucking problems that we have. Now, you get on here on the internet and you say things like, oh, the free eaters and people on welfare. If you don't live amongst them, what's your problem with them? And you think you spend enough in taxes that you support anybody? What are you doing on the internet on a Saturday afternoon? You should be out on the golf course with your rich friends, laughing about the poor people.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
Well, it's the old opinion thing. I have my opinions, just like I just spewed my opinion. But there are some opinions that are so deep rooted in propaganda from the media that after this many years of hearing the same old shit's going to change because this guy's not in power anymore, when nothing ever changed for the better. If it changed, it got worse.
Yeah.
Year after fucking year, since I can ever remember things changing, they've gotten worse. 1967 is about as far back as I can really remember things happening. Before that's a little foggy, but 67, and every year
Well, yeah,
things got worse.
you replace one tyrant with another, and it's like they build a better tyrant every time.
How did I read the other day that even Hill Dog got the freaking popular vote, but they gave him the seat. I don't know, and I don't really give a shit because no matter who's in power, the same corporations are gonna do the same things to each other, and the people of the country that owns the bombs is gonna get blamed. And it got nothing to do with us. Even if you're for this shit, it's got nothing to do with you. You're just like a Trump supporter. Ooh, my man got in. Ooh, hoo. I get to rub somebody in a bathroom. I won.
Ew.
I don't. What
Ew.
do you see? What other fucking result came of that whole fantasy goddamn Trump bullshit? Hmm? They even got you supporting the president's wife because, oh, she was such a poor thing once and
No,
big
I'm not.
fuck
I am not
deal.
supporting the president's wife in any. I'm just saying that she's. From what I have read about her, I don't
Yeah,
think she
yeah,
is an absolutely dire, disgusting, vile creature. I
yeah.
think that
But
she
what?
didn't have a necessarily posh lifestyle compared, or at least the way a
Oh,
lot of
to where
people
she's
look at.
at now?
Yeah,
Ah,
when
okay.
she grew up, I don't think
Whoopee.
she grew up, being someone that was pampered.
Mm,
But
yeah,
you know, that's just my perspective from what
yeah. I
I
like
have
to pick.
read about it. I
Well,
have
I
read
can't
someone else's words about her, so I don't know her
exactly,
personally. But
and
I'm
me
not going to
too.
judge her just because I think her husband is a douchebag.
Well, I think the whole concept of her or her husband being a douchebag in the first place is an illusion. It is not real. It's made real by how we behave toward the idea. See? So I don't know, maybe I misunderstood your side or something. It gives us something to banter and argue about on the
Yeah,
show.
yeah,
But what comes out of it in the end, really, is you believe what you believed before I started arguing with you, and I believe what I believed before
Before
you
I
know, it's
mouth back
it,
at you.
yeah, yeah, it's the same, right? But for some reason, when I listen to the damn Dork Table later on in the week
Mm-hmm.
to see what we did, sometimes we're still funny. I just had to throw that in. I was listening to it. Cirque was making bread this morning, so I had a little time to
Oh,
play something that, yeah, she was in there busy doing her shit, so I was listening to see what we say.
ah.
And wow, I didn't realize that I had come clean about being a Bullwinkle fan right here live in front of all my 12 solid rock listeners. Yep, Bullwinkle dork.
Grimmy
Yeah,
just
I
shared
would.
a link.
Uh,
How to be a
oh,
successful tyrant, the megalomaniac manifesto
yeah.
by Larkin
Uh,
Rose.
oh, you know what? That guy knows. Yeah, he went uh, through his personal shit and took it to the world.
Yeah.
See, I didn't do that. I kept my business personal. See, I didn't make videos and documentations and all. Nah, I just fought the fight, got my ass whipped, and went on with life.
There you go. Well,
But
yeah.
Larkin Rose didn't. He didn't do that. He had, I don't know, the opportunity came his way to document and do things about what happened to him. And because of him, other people won't have to go through what he went through.
Yeah.
But his audience is still so small. It's like, wow, you're not even denting anything.
I don't know that his audience is really that small. I just don't think it's very vocal. You know that whole silent
Okay,
majority thing? I really.
7 billion people on the planet. Only 360, I don't know, say even 400,000 of them speak English as a daily thing. So his audience is fucking small. When I know I argue
Oh,
about
well.
this all the time, but
Okay.
come on, I don't hear anybody speaking Chinese here. And there's a lot more. There's a billion more of them than there is us.
Yes.
English speak. Or what's the other one? Uh, I had the link open earlier and I can't remember. But we were third English speaking world, you know, because you
Mm.
can't count England because they got so many different breeds there now. Who knows what the English language? How like 8 people still speak English in England?
Oh, Lord only knows. Oh, hey,
They,
guess what? I got to tell you, Happy Earth Day.
oh,
Um,
what's that? What's that?
Today is Earth Day. Apparently, this is Earth's birthday. Thank you, Sock,
Ah,
for the coffee.
bullshit.
Truly appreciate it, hon.
Wait a minute.
Because mine's
I
getting a
drank my.
little bit on the lowish side. Oh, and it's a cappuccino coffee with a shot of espresso. Yum. I'm going to
I
be
drank.
wired.
I drank mine already. Yeah, see that? I don't. Mm. Or maybe this the whiskey knocks the coffee down. I don't know. Or maybe it's the hash. I really can't put my finger on it.
Ah.
Sir, the human sedative. I don't know.
Ah. So she. No, I'm not going to go there.
Don't. I already did. You don't have to. Yeah. Don't worry. I was just,
I know.
tipping the help. That's the way we roll here in the Dork Table. Hey, I wrote a blurb for the table too. I
I
thought it
saw
was.
that.
I even made up a really cool character for it.
You did?
Mm. Oh, read about it because I thought it was funny. And I doubt I defy you to read his last name properly. I sent it
Okay.
to you on the one and only Skype.
I know you did, but I'm seeing. I just saw that Jay Dredd
Mm.
said they're selling that American women are all sluts. Wow.
Mm.
I didn't even get a kiss out of the deal, Jay Dredd. Damn it all. That just totally sucks.
Wow. Okay. Anyway,
Okay.
so
In any case, yeah. You want me to read the blurb?
I do like your voice.
Oh. Should I use the Munchkin voice?
I don't know, not for this one. This one's so obscure. If you use the voice, they're not going to understand the name at all.
Oh, okay.
So no, I introduced a new character into my comic line of comics
Okay.
things stuff.
Okay. Are you ready?
Ready?
Okay. D's and D's. This week we have a chance to relentlessly interview the only retired Supreme Court justice in history, the one and only Bayflack Sparkknuckle.
You did it. Okay.
Whee!
Whoa.
Bayflack Sparkknuckle. Alrighty, I'm looking forward to this interview. He will be explaining how law is for lawyers and government employees, and the rest of us just pay the bills. Yeah, they're Republican and Democratic parties for a reason. Here's the tab. On the brighter side, Grimm's meteor was held up by TSA at an intrusion checkpoint. Wow. I don't want to be the person that had to cop a feel on that thing. And
Sorry,
after
Grim.
being identified for a possible terror suspect, oh, Grimmy. Darn it, Grim, sorry. So, will Angela Merkel have the first live Nazi sale, selling real, not wannabe Nazis from the fatherland to recoup funds lost during her reign of terror as Hitler's latest replacement? Wow, a live, not the wannabe ones. Damn, how cool
Yeah,
is that?
the real ones. I
Wow.
don't know, but according to sources on the RLM, assured me there are wannabe Nazis. I don't fucking know what that could possibly mean in English, but I heard it, and I heard it on the RLM.
Wow, it was on the internet, so it must be true.
Absolutely.
Ooh,
True.
all that. Hey, it's all that. But wait, there's more. All this and the latest FDA rulings on natural cures. Hey, FDA rulings.
FDA rulings on natural cures.
Yeah, that's the reason why they are the Food and Drug Administration, so they can
Right.
cover the gambit, the sorry sons of bitches.
Well, all right. Well, how do they con people into believing the stories they tell is what I don't understand.
Well, because they're from
I
the
mean-
government and they're here to help.
Oh, okay. But I was a teenager in the 70s when all this crap started to get hauled. And, my mom still used butter and said, oh, that's just a bunch of crap. Don't listen to that. Well, where did that kind of parenting go? Was there that little of it in my era that, I'm one of the few that got any advice from a parent?
I
You know,
don't.
I
I
don't-
don't know. I do know, at least from my own experience when I was raising my girls, although I
Mhm.
did impart, what I thought was common sense to my children. I really didn't pay attention to a whole hell of a lot of the outside world simply because I was busy being a mom and
Right,
then a
but I'm
wife.
talking about what we were fed as children, because when we were growing up in the teens, all these new products made out of these base oils were being pushed on the public as good for you, better than blah blah blah. And my mom said, "No, that's a bunch of bullshit. Don't
Yeah.
believe it."
Yeah, my mom never
And-
bought margarine.
For as an example, right?
Yeah.
Wow. I was listening to you talking about making your own laundry soap,
Mm-hmm.
and I accidentally grabbed a handful of that laundry soap. I don't know. I was going to throw it at somebody or whatever. Anyway, my hand got wet, and that shit started to burn my freaking hand. I hadn't let go of it yet, and it was wet, and it was like, hey, wait a minute, that's cleaning my clothes. I went, fuck that.
Yeah.
And I was a teenager, but it was just a fluke accident that made me aware that laundry soap was so toxic. It felt really uncomfortable burning on my hand. I had to stop that. We don't want this. No, 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 no. And like you were saying, you wear these clothes, and I was already thinking like that. Wait a minute, I'm gonna put that on my skin, and wow, what it's gonna eat a hole through me, and lay eggs and spark a new.
Well, and when I was growing up, I remember helping Mom make lye soap.
But yeah, you grew up in the country too. You had that advantage. As it turns out in this time in life, that turned out to be the advanced life, and the city life turned out to be the bullshit life.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you kept the traditions going that they took away from us ever learning. So I had to encounter country people in my 20s to learn the things that you grew up with as a child. But on the other hand, the things that I did learn as a child that replaced the food knowledge and the land knowledge were helpful at times to other people,
Yeah.
depending on how I applied my knowledge.
Well, see, and that's why we need each other, because I
Yeah.
don't think there's any one person
Mm.
that can actually absorb all of the knowledge there is out there. So,
Oh,
each one of
no.
us
Yeah.
each one of
Yeah.
us has to, follow
Mm.
whatever trips our trigger, whatever,
Yeah.
makes us very curious. We need to
What you're
follow that.
interested.
And then we also need to share that information when we come across something and that's, I think, the bad things or a sad thing maybe, is there's so many people out there that they follow and they read what they really enjoy and they learn and they do. And yet they don't share because they're afraid somebody's going to poo-poo them or make fun of them or call them names or which are all different ways of poo-pooing, I guess, basically. But I find it sad that someone that can go out there and do something really, really well, and when you do see whatever it is they're doing, you go, wow, that's really awesome. Oh, this is nothing. Oh no, this whole thing. It's like, don't be dismissive of what you enjoy doing. If you really enjoy and you're creating something or you're learning something, don't be dismissive when someone says, wow, that's really awesome.
Well, I don't know. I have my own opinion about it based on different ideas.
Well, I find it really, and I know I still catch myself every once in a while
All
doing
right.
that, of going, oh, that's nothing. But a lot of times when people say to you, wow, that is really cool. If you tell them, oh, okay, it's really easy. You want me to show you how?
Mm.
And
Well, I don't know, but you made me think of this. I was on a bus in London back in 90 or 91, and I had my sketchbook and I'm drawing something up on the top level of the bus,
Mhm.
and there wasn't many people on there, so I'm just sitting there sketching something, and all of a sudden over my shoulder there's this little boy, and he's looking, and so he's looking. I'm just drawing my thing, and then out of nowhere he says to his mother, he says, "I could never do that." And I went, "Wow, how do you know? Get a get a pencil and try it." That's how I started. And I didn't stop at the first failure. Some of my shit in the beginning was, well, that's not quite what I meant to do, but it led me to find my own way to do it.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's your technique that you're using that either gets you your result or doesn't. You might just be using the wrong technique with the wrong style of
Yeah.
tool.
Yeah.
Some people can paint
Mhm.
just natural, and other people have to be shown how to paint. But, you know, that's what I mean. You got to show some people the road that they need to find. You know where it is and they don't. And it's a hard thing to not be pushy about that kind of learning.
Yeah.
And guide somebody to, oh, well, I think if you use this particular blah, blah, blah with that particular blah, 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 you would get a better result. And most of our artistic people don't seem to like advice. We're really independent. God damn it, I'll figure it out myself, motherfuckers.
That's me.
Yeah, well, it's I look at it as an artistic side instead of the easy way out, which is tell me how to do it, and or show me how to do it even better. But sometimes I just get in that mood where I don't fucking care. I'm going to do it. I'll figure it out eventually. But the 10 things that I wipe out figuring it out, I'll leave that to Cirque.
See,
I was using my great computer skills as an example of my persistence in life. I will go anywhere in the world I got to go to achieve my goal. Thank you very much.
there you go. See, and
I spoke it.
I do like to, when Lug was fixing something. Oh, this is several years ago, back in his shop. I think he was working on his son's motorcycle, and he was doing some welding to put a bracket on. I don't even remember what the hell, but I remember he was welding, and I was kind of sitting there and leaning around and looking, and then I went, "Do you have another welding helmet?" And he kind of looked at me and I said, I just want to watch. I just want to see how you do this. Because
Mm-hmm.
to
Yeah.
me, I find that people that can weld things, build things,
Uh-huh.
whatever, I find it extremely fascinating.
Yeah.
Like with woodworking and stuff, I mean,
Uh,
my house in town had a terminal case of remodeling-itis. We were constantly doing something in there. But I learned how to drywall. I learned how to stretch carpet. Um, I learned how to put down linoleum floor. I learned how to hang ceilings. I mean, I learned
mm.
how. I didn't want to mess with electric.
Oh, I like the electric.
That's where I drew the line. I did not want to mess with electric, but
Sissy.
I did plumbing work.
Sissy. Yeah, you're still a girl.
Yeah, I'm still a girl.
Boo-boo. Yeah.
I did concrete work, and it got to the
Yeah.
point where when we poured our driveway and poured a new sidewalk, I was the one that went along and did the finishing on it and all of the
Ooh.
edging and that kind of shit, because I'm kind of anal on that kind of stuff. So
Kind of.
kind of,
Yeah.
yeah, I know. But
There you
I
go.
enjoy learning that kind of, the hands-on
Yeah.
things. And if there's something that I want to do and I can picture it clearly in my mind, I really enjoy trying to figure out how to build or whatever myself. And then if I wind up having this conglomeration of what the hell's that shit, then I'll find somebody. It's and I'll go,
Mm.
okay, I'm trying to do this, but this is what it turned out like. Can you help me?
Oh yeah, yeah. And a lot of times it falls back to the technique that the artist was using, not the tools or the material, but how they were being applied.
Yeah.
Well, live and learn. And some people are like me, where it takes me forever to go through all the possibilities. So I prefer somebody to show me what's the best approach to this when I take on something, or completely the other way and stay the fuck out of here. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'll figure it out.
Yeah. Well, and to me that kind
There
of
you go.
depends
One or-
on my mood.
But yeah, one or the other, but never both at the same time. Come on.
Yeah.
That makes it kind of hard to believe. If I'm going to do this all by myself, and then 10 minutes later you go, no, you know a joke when you hear one. I was only kidding. Come here. No. So I'm very particular about the decisions that I make. I try to make them so that they're made, not wishy-washy decisions.
Mm.
Things that, like, I don't know what color pants I'm wearing. I don't care. The color. Oh, your clothes clash. Oh, probably. I don't fucking know. They were handy. They were wearable and right there.
They were clean
really,
and they're comfortable.
Your other option is naked. Take your choice. and it's fucking cold. So you're gonna see a Jewish mushroom cap for your very first time. You sure you want this? And Hannah goes nuts in the background. Can you hear
okay.
her?
Yes, I hear her. She's
yeah, she's
free
yeah,
and
she's,
slaved. I keep getting told that electricity is easy, but
right, but a human being has got to respect their own fears. You can't really respect my fear because you don't really know what my fear is. And if I have a healthy fear of electricity, stay away from it, which I don't have. But if I had one, I would avoid electricity. That's
see,
it.
and I don't really have a fear of it, but it's so
I do.
easy to screw shit up. And case in point, my ex helped wire the house in town, and after the divorce, and he said, you're not going to be able to keep this house, and you're not going to be able to keep it up. Well, I found out later what he meant, because all of the shit that he did that had to be redone. Thank God my renters he's a contractor, and so he can do an awful lot of that stuff. And doesn't charge me a whole hell of a lot to do it. But one of the
Sorry, I'm
things that he
sorry. I
did
should
was
not.
instead of, with all
Yeah.
of the plug-ins and the light switches and stuff, instead of, doing the ground like you're supposed to, he just cut it off. And so,
I don't know.
you could be walking along and flip a switch and go, and I kept wondering about that and thinking something ain't right. Why in the hell? And yeah,
Hey, you know what I've got a healthy fear of?
what's that?
Starving to death. So you know what I do about it?
You eat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See? I take the appropriate step necessary to deal with that particular fear. And I'm not afraid to call it a fear because, damn, it sure is fucking frightening to think of as a reality. So, yeah, it must be a fear to me. Maybe not to you, but brain cells die that can't be replaced after you deprive it of certain nutrients that your physical fucking carcass needs.
Yeah, I
There
was
you
going to
go.
say, don't just because brain cells, your whole body completely replaces itself every 7 years, or they the time range differs, depending on who you listen to,
Right.
but your whole body molecularly or cellularly replaces itself every
Yeah.
certain time frame.
Yeah. Right.
But
But
if you do not get the proper nutrients, yes, it does not
right.
have what it needs,
I got
the
a question.
tools to what
All right. Do
what
do damaged cells reproduce other damaged cells, or do they reproduce a fresh, healthy cell? And how could they? So, logic dictates the cycle continues. So, at what point does that? You said you make a whole new body, which I've been told this, but I don't understand it because I guess the sick cells are just duplicating other sick cells.
I think that's probably what it is until you get, until you
Mm.
change your diet or your environment or whatever, until you get to where your body is taking in the healthy stuff that it needs to produce healthy cells, then, you are going to keep replacing damaged
Replacing them
cells with damaged
with
cells.
damaged. Okay.
Yeah.
You make
So,
it sound so. See, I'm trying to make it more complicated than I guess than it is, because that's simple. Yeah.
why is Ron Jeremy the most popular amongst? I have no freaking clue who Ron Jeremy is, so I can't answer
Why are
that.
you? Well,
I read that in the
why are-
chat.
obviously, I'm just saying. Wow.
Yeah, Rain had a question. Why is Ron Jeremy the most popular? And it's like,
Oh,
I have no idea who
I
he
should have
is.
known. Okay.
So he's not
Anyway,
popular with me.
I guess we're not holding anybody interested with this curiosity
Oh,
I've
no.
got.
No, because,
The
yeah.
reproductive process of the cell, because some part of my mind seems to be
No,
thinking
we've got a delay
that
going on here. There's like a 45-second delay. But yeah, and Sock said
but
something about if you don't fully understand the mechanics of working an electrical panel, then stay out of it, which, yes, thank
yeah,
you very
there
much.
you
I
go.
will.
Good advice. And I recognize that as a safe fucking healthy fear of something that can seriously fuck you and other people up if
Yes.
you handle it and you don't know what you're doing. So don't do it. Simple. But you say fear and people will get all negative on you. Well, you pussy, you're afraid. Yeah, that's why I don't walk across the street until the cars stop coming, because I have a fear that one of these idiots will run me the fuck over with their car.
Oh,
How
yeah.
complicated is it? Well, what do you think I don't do it for? Because I'm terrified they'll run me over. I'm scared enough on the sidewalk sometimes. No.
I, and that's one of those things where I'm just not very trusting. I've had so many close calls because,
Mm.
you know, they have the
Light,
stop
green light,
sign
yeah.
or they have the red light and they
Yeah.
plow right through it. And it's like,
Yeah.
no, because my
No.
children are always saying, Mom,
Playing.
why are you slowing down at that intersection? That person has, I
Yeah.
don't give a shit that they have the stop sign. I've had so many of them plow through them that I kind of
Yeah.
like my automobile
Serious.
functioning and being undented. So I will do whatever I need to, even if it means slowing down for this intersection. I will do
Yeah.
so.
And the system took that type of logic and it applied it to all of us in one fashion, and it doesn't fit us all.
Yeah.
And they call it codes and statutes. And when they're not obeyed, you're punished. And this is okay with society. I think, what a bunch of dumbasses. They do this willingly with their consent to be harassed by bullies and having to explain their actions to a complete stranger because that stranger thinks they did something wrong. And wow, what a world, Edith. What a world.
I know. It is a messed up world, isn't it?
That's
Especially
how,
when someone that lives in a completely
yeah,
different country
yeah.
decides
Who's that?
that these people over there in that country, they aren't doing things the way we approve, so we're just going to go bomb some freedom into them. Thank you very
Yeah.
much. We're going to make you free of your meat suit.
What
Thanks.
brings that up?
Well, that whole, you're afraid or you don't like the way someone else is doing something, and so, that's where my mind went was, yeah, we're so really good at I don't like the way or not we, but, frickin' government. I don't like the way they're doing things over there, so let's go bomb the shit out of them. And that's the macro as composed to the micro. Micro is I don't like the way my neighbor does shit, so I'm going to call the cops on him and then sit down and watch them get arrested for God knows what else. Bullshit thing. But the governments, they bomb if they don't like what their neighbor does.
I read the other day that there's like a 3-to-1 chance that the U.S. federal government is going to shut down in like a week.
So I'm going to wait to party until it actually happens.
Party?
Oh, hell yeah.
What?
Oh, hell yeah.
How will you survive without the Fed to, produce a nipple for you to suck on?
Wow. They have one of those for me. I never.
The teat of government is large and in charge. I told you, boobs run everything. You never believe me.
No, I don't because I'm not attached to that one. Damn.
I don't know. I'll change my mind next month and come up with something even more ridiculous, or try to. I don't even know if I try to. It just kind of flows out of me, It's like taking a leak in a public place, You just, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
That is true.
Well, next time I'm not going to go on the bar.
Yeah, that's not necessary.
That was a bad idea. You gave me bad advice. Can you imagine?
No, I told you to lean on the bar. I didn't tell you to pee on the bar. Clean your ears out.
Nah,
Jeez,
I've never been that. I've never been that out of control. I'm a pleasant kind of drunk. I think I'm more compliant under alcohol than I am when I'm not. When I drink, yeah, sure, okay. Then I don't do it. When I'm not drinking, no, I ain't doing it. See, when I'm drunk, I just promise you the freaking moon and then just don't give you the moon.
You could be POTUS.
No.
You could. That's what they all do.
I would no. I couldn't even do a thing like that to you guys. I don't even like most of you, but I could never sit in a seat of power and do these horrible fucking things to other people for money, to be a big shot and eat good. No, it's not my idea of success. I thought about it. If I woke up in power, what would I do? The first thing I try to do is get the fuck out of being in power. I don't want to do any of that.
See, if I woke up in power, first thing I'd do is lock the doors and throw away the keys. If you could actually do that, wouldn't that be fun to just say, okay, y'all are fired, go home. No, you're not getting paid.
Silent. Yeah, it needs to be shut down. But it's not even really there in the first place. You just believe it is. And then they blow up a few things here and there.
Well,
arrest a few people to prove they're there, but they're not really there.
But it's people believe it's real, and they have a pay stub that makes it tangible. And so therefore that pay stub
What happens to them if the government shuts down next week?
Well, they don't get a pay stub.
What? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Talk about you talk about your useless eaters fucking rioting. There's 3
Yeah.
million fucking useless cunts right there. The government.
Oh, Lord. Yeah.
Well, I've read a lot of people with their opinions about how useless these folks are and how useless those folks are. And I've narrowed it down to government employees and their affiliates.
Yeah.
And here I live amongst a bunch of fucking status Danes, but, you know, I'm just visiting in their land. I'm not a part of this freaking nightmare any more than I'm a part of anybody else's nightmare. I'm in my own personal nightmare. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's an Alice Cooper song. Welcome to my nightmare.
Well, it's all relative to the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I tell everybody how fucking happy I am to be here, it just seems to inspire a lot of cracks and not nice comments. And I'm bragging. That's what they say, Mary. That's what my good friend Pancake says to me. He says that.
Well, that's because it sounds like.
Stop your bragging, Jew.
Well, that's because it sounds like bragging because you're very pleased and you're very happy, and people interpret as bragging, where you're just going, I'm not really bragging. I'm just saying, damn, I got it really good. You know, and I
What's all the
wonder if
fighting
maybe
about?
people, the reason why they see it as bragging is because they don't have, and so therefore are somewhat envious. I'm not saying that is, but
Yeah.
you know, a lot of times when I
I don't
see
know.
someone go, "Oh, stop your bragging," it's because
Mm.
they don't have whatever it is that they say you're bragging about, and
Mm.
they are envious. And instead of admitting that they're envious, they go, "You're being a braggart and an asshole,"
Oh, yeah. Well,
because it's
okay.
their own personal
Well,
perspective.
but
Whereas
see,
with Moosey, I am quite jealous because she has a life.
oh, see, and that's what I mean. You know, everybody's got a different way of looking at the same thing that we all think. And you can't interpret Moose's life in my perspective. You're not in my perspective.
No, I'm not
You
in
know?
Moosey's either.
Right, exactly right. And to give the other guy the freedom to be an idiot is the part that I have a problem with. You know, the voter and the taxpayer and the warmonger and the guy that wants you to go pray to Jesus and Mohammed and Buddha and all that crap. You know, if that works for you, here's the way I told Cirque, this is how the God things works for me. Is whatever the fuck I think of that I believe in, it's so powerful that my defending it from you doesn't need to happen. It would be pointless to even bother. So I don't.
See, and I don't mind having letting, if people want to be stupid, that's their thing, so long as I don't have to deal with the repercussions of their stupidity. It's when I have
Mm,
to deal with the repercussions of their stupidity that I tend to get a little on the cranky side.
yeah, well, we're at the end here, but how do you define repercussions of another person's? Come on, it's a matter of interpretation.
No, the repercussions of someone else's stupidity, like I said, with the coming up on an intersection. If someone else is stupid enough to plow through a stop sign or a stoplight,
Okay,
and
you say stupid. What about an accident or the gas pedal got jammed under the carpet somehow by some freak accident, and the guy didn't realize it and couldn't still slow the car down until after that point. You know what I mean? Shit
yes,
happens in
yeah,
life
yeah,
that
shit
is
does
out of
happen.
right, and
But
it's out of our control.
but
But the
there's lots
first
of
instinct
yeah.
is to call the other guy stupid. Well, I'm just
Well, yeah.
noticing this.
Yeah, it is. Well, that's because the world is full of
I'm
idiots and assholes, and they're all the other guy.
Well, I'm a judgmental, right, but I'm a judgmental prick, and I don't mind being called a judgmental prick because I do that. It's what I do. I
Mm.
judge life so that I know where I'm comfortable in life. How else do you do it if unless you judge it,
Well,
you know?
yeah.
But I don't judge your guilt about some fucking imaginary goddamn law in Connecticut. I don't give a shit about any of that, you know? And the things that I do care about, the people that I associate with don't do them. You know, the bad things. The bad side of life is not a physical reality.
Well,
It's
yeah.
a idea. All right. Well, there you go. So where does all the bad come from? All these problems that everybody got. I don't have them. My problems are all mental, and that's besides the damn point.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mine, yeah.
I could find a doctor that would guarantee you I need medical prescriptions to change my perspective on life.
Well, yeah, because
Because yeah,
they're getting kickbacks from the big pharma.
right, but the script has been written to identify mental imbalances based on the way you perceive society. That is kind of fucked up. Now you don't even have to act like a nut job, run around in a Bugs Bunny suit with a dildo trying to rape people. Now all you got to do to become a nut job is say the government's a fucking joke. And then, oh, hey, this one's got mental problems. They're against the government.
Well,
Did you
yeah.
hear that?
Oh, yeah, I've heard about that.
Oh, okay. And right now they're just practicing and they're working on people like Hands. You know, they're molding the predator of tomorrow to be a better predator and get more sheep to follow him. And wow.
Yeah, and they're doing that
And
with the
and
Marisol.
and then there's us,
Mm-hmm.
little dorky people at the dork table on Saturday,
Yeah.
jibber jabbering about just shit that happens to us, trying to have a giggle and get through the freaking day.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So we got that JJ's character coming on after us. I
I
noticed
don't
you
know.
were. I noticed. Well, he was on there typing about something on the RLNM, but it didn't have nothing to do with us, so I didn't say anything. I thought you were the chat reader,
No,
and
he
that,
tossed
that
something
was a
in there,
while
but
ago.
I don't know. I don't know if JJ's is coming on
Yeah,
after us or not. I
uh,
did
yeah.
see over on Fakey Book though that
Mm.
Kira will not be on this afternoon.
Oh, we're gonna miss the Kira. Okay.
No live radio show today.
Wow. Hmm. Takes the day off. News takes the day off.
There you
Film
go.
at 11. Well, hmm, go figure.
Yep.
You know, I made it through this whole show almost without reading much of the chat.
Good for you.
Do you know why?
Uh-uh.
Oh, either do I. I thought you'd know.
Oh.
I've been drinking and hitting the pipe. I thought you were paying attention. But
Nah.
yeah.
I don't have
We'll
enough spare change to pay that kind of attention.
maybe next week we'll get a chance to talk to Mr. Sparkknuckle about his opinion about law.
I want to know how he got the name Sparkknuckle, because you know a lot of times they say that your last name came from like um, whatever your not job but
Well, let's just say that
avocation was at way back yonder.
if you ever dare to disagree with old Bayflack, well, he just pop you one in your face. Hence the name Sparkknuckle, because his
Oh.
knuckle would spark against the bridge of your nose and make you see sparks.
Oh, I saw a video
Mhm.
earlier today. A kangaroo and a dog were tussling, and some guy decided that, damn it, you kangaroo, leave my dog alone. So it goes right. This guy goes running across the field, and the dog and the
Ah.
kangaroo are still tussling. And then the kangaroo finally lets go of the dog, and then the guy's, the
Mm.
kangaroo's doing what kangaroos do, and the guy puts up his duke, put him up, and
Oh,
he
fuck.
punches the kangaroo in the nose. And the
Wow.
kangaroo left, and it's like, oh, that's just too freaking funny.
Uh,
It's amazing the things you see on the internet. I'm easily entertained.
apparently,
Yes,
I've heard that. I don't know. See, you've got your own channel under your own name or what?
my own. Oh, I do have a yeah,
I don't know. I
YouTube.
heard you talking about on your show about somebody's gone to
No, I have a
your
YouTube channel, yeah, because
yeah.
you have to sign into YouTube in order to be able to comment on videos and that kind of shit. So I did
Yeah.
create, and I have lots of, I have lists on YouTube
Oh.
where
Mhm. Getting on the propaganda.
Well, I have like a brain food list and a blessings list and a motivating music and a fun and a favorites and that kind of shit. And I saw something that I pulled up the other day. I think Trust Number One had done shared a link, and when I clicked on it, it was like, wait a minute here. Hey, that's one of my lists.
Ooh. Wow.
So I was somewhat
You
shocked.
heard it here first, folks, at the Dork Table.
I know. I was somewhat shocked that people were, but I shared my island list of music that I'd listen to that at least 2 or 3 times a week anyway, and just because I really like the music that I put on it. But I've actually run across a few other songs where I may have to do some rearranging and shuffling on that. Take a couple out, put a couple in, that kind of thing. But
See, last week it was your toilet. This week it's your YouTube channel.
yeah,
I have fulfilled my mission of the week.
there you go.
It's, I'm good, not evil.
Ah, and you know what? We're just
We're
about out of
done.
time. Yeah.
I know.
I know.
Grim said that JJ's comes on after Kira. But Kira won't be on, but JJ's will be on after her normal.
Cool.
I'm assuming these things because I have common fucking sense. Let's hope it doesn't defy me at this time.
There you go.
Well, it could be a myth,
A myth? A meth? That's
When
messed up.
your common sense doesn't work and you got to rely on your instinct, things go wacky.
Ooh, like wacky tobacco?
I don't know. I'm just making something up. The end of the show.
Yeah.
We were more serious. I was kind of trying to avoid rocking you and bringing up a topic that would make you all, I don't know, sad. I didn't want a sad little co-hostage today.
You didn't want
So
me
we
being all
talked-
maniacal?
Nah, so we talked about cats and cradles and crap and shit and
There you go.
stuff.
And things and stuff like that.
Maybe
Oh, well.
next time we'll hit the funny sauce and tell some jokes.
Oh, there you go.
Bayflack Sparkknuckle.
Yeah.
Retired. Didn't you get that? You don't retire from the Supreme Court, you die.
I know. I got that.
The only retired.
Oh, well.
I thought it was funny. All right. See you next week, Mary.
See you next week, Flush a Rooney Head. Thanks, everybody,
Hey,
for listening into the
thanks,
Dork
guys.
Table. And be sure
Yeah.
to check back later on. JJ's will be around.